in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as this NL Central road trip continues. The Cubs are 2-3 through the first 5. It will end tomorrow as they look for their second straight win over the Brewers. And welcome to Cubs baseball here on CSN. Jim DeShays and Len Casper. The Cubs were able to hang on for dear life in the ninth in a 7-6 win last night. And good to see the bats come alive. 4 home runs, a season high.
Yeah, the Cubs finished second in the National League in home runs last year. We expect them to be very high in that category again this year. But they kind of been just limping along in the power department of late. But last night they broke out the big bats in a big way. And it started with the very first batter of the game, Dexter Fowler.
Anthony Rizzo has been hot. 3 home runs so far on this road trip. He continues to swing a hot bat, and it's really good to see Jorge Soler.
Yeah, and especially to see Jorge Soler hit the ball in this direction. He's so strong he can go deep in any ballpark in any direction. This one pretty much straight away, a towering blast. All 4 of the Cubs home runs measuring 400-plus feet. Starlin Castro with a capper off Brandon Kitzler late in the ball game. That's his first extra base hit in a good long while.
So tonight, as I mentioned, they'll go for 2 in a row in a series victory here in Milwaukee. Travis Wood, I think, probably thought a lot about that last start and wonders, why didn't I hold that big lead early?
Yeah, had a 5-run lead in the first inning, and then Mark Reynolds hit a grand slam off him to tighten things up. Ultimately, the Cardinals came back and won that game. So he's looking for a bounce back here, and you look at his numbers against the Brewers, 4-4 with a 4.55 earned run average, but he has really struggled in this ballpark. Speaking of struggling, Kyle Loesch with an ERA above 7 as we start this ball game tonight.
So Wood for the Cubs, Loesch for the Brewers, and the left-hander, an all-star 2 seasons ago, struggled last year with trying to regain his form from 2013. Game 2 of this set is next.
One of the areas still maturing in an adolescent brain is the prefrontal cortex. So when we take drugs, we alter key motivational circuits, changing the wiring needed for the cognitive function of the brain, until we can't totally deal with things like memory, thinking things out, and even learning stuff.
The signs are there. So is our help. Visit the partnership at drugfree.org for practical advice on coping with teen drug use.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. AT&T Uverse. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT, mobilizing your world. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
We are indoors tonight. It has cooled off considerably over the last 24 hours, so roof closed, panels closed, and a nice crowd gathering as the Cubs try to win a series this weekend after dropping 2 of 3 last weekend at Wrigley Field. The only series victory to date for the Brewers, and that ended up being the final series managed by Ron Renneke before he was fired Sunday night. So Travis Wood getting set for his start. Kyle Loesch off to a very slow beginning, as JD mentioned earlier. And let's get the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Dexter Fowler with that leadoff home run. and his second of the season overall. Chris Bryant at third had a big play in the ninth inning. More on that later. Rizzo at 3:30. Miguel Montero cleaning up. It's Jorge Soler in right. Starlin Castro the shortstop. Chris Coughlin plays left. Big outfield assist for him in the first inning. Travis Wood the pitcher bats 8th, and the rookie Addison Russell with an 11-game hitting streak bats 9th.
And we look at the Brewers defensively this evening. Chris Davis is in left. Carlos Gomez still bothered by a hip issue, so he's on the bench tonight. Gerardo Parra plays center. He's won a couple Gold Gloves. Ryan Braun is in right infield of Herrera, as Ramos Ramirez is still a little nicked up. He's got a back issue. Segura, Gomez, and Lynn round out the infield. Martin Maldonado will do the catching tonight for Milwaukee, and the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher for the Brewers is Kyle Loesch, a veteran, 36 years of age. And yeah, he's off to a rugged start. 6 starts, 1-4 with a 7.01 ERA. That's the second highest earned run average among all qualifiers in Major League Baseball.
Set the umpires for you tonight. Tom Hallion, the crew chief. I seem to recall he's got a fun strike 3 call.
He does, yeah. He's got
a twist.
Yep.
Alfonso Marquez at first. Dan Bellino at second. Bruce Dreckman is over at third. And if tonight's Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, and last night Fowler hit a home run, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to Make-A-Wish, Illinois.
Loesch was the opening day starter for the Brewers and did not start well for him. Gave up 8 earned runs in 3 1/3 against the Colorado Rockies. Struggled. Last time a little better. 5 innings, 3 runs allowed to the Dodgers and a no decision.
Here we go, and a strike on a fastball at 89 to Fowler. We did a game right here on CSN on April 1st from Mesa. And it was Kyle Loesch's final tune-up in spring training, and he was really bad. But we kind of chalked it up to, well, he's a veteran, doesn't matter. Gave up 7 runs, 4 walks, 3 homers in 4 innings. Unfortunately for him, it didn't get a whole lot better after that.
Well, long ball has been an issue. He's allowed 9 home runs in 34 2/3 innings. It's the 3rd most home runs allowed. Likes to sink his fastball. Maybe he's just not sinking. When at his best, a very good major league pitcher. A 4-pitch mix: fastball, curveball, slider, and change. You throw those secondary pitches when behind in the count.
2-2 slider called strike 3, and there is that Tom Hallion strike 3 call. Didn't think we'd see it this early.
Yeah. It's a big strikeout night. He's going to need a chiropractor by the end of the evening. Check it out from Tom Hallion. He missed the call, too. It was an emphatic call, 3rd strike, but the pitch was off the outside corner. A backdoor breaking ball. Cub hitters, well, the Brewer hitters for that matter, too, hope that that doesn't become the norm here tonight.
A Frank Drebin strike 3 call.
Wait for him to moonwalk. Looked like he got stung by a bee.
Chris Bryant 1 for 5 last night, but an RBI infield single is only hit in the 9th inning. He was originally called out. They reviewed it, and then he was ruled safe and out at first. And we've got another close play here in the very first inning.
He's lingering. I don't see any indication from the Cubs dugout that they're contemplating a challenge here. It was a relatively routine ground ball to short last night that he turned into a base hit.
So the Cubs will not challenge. They either got him or it was too close to call. And this early, Joe deciding not to challenge it. But yeah, he said that hustle last night. It was kind of a free ad for Respect 90. You're looking for a 30-second commercial for what Joe Madden is espousing. That base hit, and it loomed large, didn't it?
Right. Yeah,
7-6 the final.
I think that's the point Joe was making, more than anything, that in a game that you felt like you had one that, pretty comfortable. The guy still sells out going down the line. You get a run out of it, and run you sorely ended up needing. You never know which one is going to beat you and which one is going to provide the winning margin.
1-1.
27 outs.
Changeup. The play last night. Great stretch at the end to get to the front part of the bag. And again, they reviewed it and called him safe. Tomahawk to left. Chris Davis makes the catch, and Loesch with a 1-2-3 opening frame. Here comes the lefty, Travis Wood, when we return.
The Steak and Shake half-price happy hour is upon us. One must train to awaken at 2 a.m. for hand-dipped milkshakes.
But there's another one during the day, between 2 and 5 p.m.
Happy hour just got happier. Get half-price shakes now from 2 to 5 at Steak and Shake.
If you're a golfer, then the Chicago District Golf Association has something for you. The CDGA is home to a state-of-the-art golf handicapping service, which allows golfers of all skill levels to compete on a level playing field. The CDGA sponsors and conducts more than 50 championships for amateurs, high and low handicappers, juniors, seniors, men and women. The CDGA is a leader in charitable causes that brings the game to those with special needs. The CDGA is truly for everyone who plays the game. Visit cdga.org for membership information and more.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to Lending Tree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Now the Brewers starting lineup written out by new manager Craig Counsell, brought to you by Southwest. Gene Segura, the shortstop, will lead it off. Hector Gomez at second for Jeanette tonight against the lefty. Braun homered last night late. Adam Lind off to a great start in his first year with the Brewers. Chris Davis, best game he's had this year, came last night. Parra once again for Gomez in center. Maldonado the catcher. Elian Herrera spells Aramis Ramirez, and Loesch the pitcher batting ninth.
Cubs defensively. Chris Coughlin in left, Fowler center, Soler right, Bryant Castro, Russell Rizzo. Around the horn, Montero's the catcher, and the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher for the Cubs tonight is Travis Wood. He's made 5 starts. He's 2-1 with a 440 earned run average. Pretty much had his way with left-handed hitters. Overall, the numbers good this year so far.
5'11", 175 from Bryant, Arkansas, 28 years old, and 1-0. And Gene Segura, who, like Wood, was an all-star 2013. You like these alternate gold tops?
Kind of banana yellow.
Baby food yellow.
Wouldn't want to see a whole lot of them. Remind me that we used to get those candies when we were kids. BB bats were they called? They were like kind of a taffy kind of.
I don't recall
chewy
that.
Candy then.
Maybe before my time. No play for Rizzo.
It's Travis Wood at his best right there. Cut fastball in on the hands of a right-handed hitter, getting weak contact. He has not been at his best, as I mentioned in the open, in this ballpark. Lifetime 1-3 here with a 752 earned run average.
It was great to see members of the military at the ballpark. They've got some good seats, well deserved. Russell will glove. Hector Gomez pinch ran in the 9th inning last night. Monday against the Dodgers, he became the second player to hit his first career homer off Clayton Kershaw. The first was former Cub and current member of the front office, Darnell McDonald, back in 2009 with Cincinnati. One and foul.
Gomez came into the season with just 26 major league at-bats under his belt. He's got some tools, big guy with some speed, decent power numbers as a minor leaguer.
Curveball is high, 1-1. Jason Hamill, 6-0 in his career now against the Brewers. After his win last night, 7 innings, 2 runs. A little hairy in the ninth. But Hector Rondon got 3 outs before the Brewers could tie it. And we'll see what the bullpen looks like late tonight. Pedro Strop, not quite right. He's been busy here early on, and hopefully he can get it together. I have a hard time believing, JD, we would see Rondon tonight. Strike 3 call.
Yeah, the way he labored last night, he made a lot of pitches under duress. The whole bullpen's really been out of sorts of late. And this time we get to watch Tom Hallion punch out a Brewer. Get him, Tom.
Well, Braun, he's homered 5 times over the last 10 games, including in the 9th inning last night off Rondon that made it a 1-run affair.
The final 2 at-bats, he went double home run on 2 pitches, first pitch swinging for each time. It's kind of fun here with the spirited crowd, a lot of Cub fans here trying to boo Braun, and the Brewer fans trying to shout him down.
Snuck it into the corner and right. Yeah, BB bats. You're right on it. Banana flavored something. Thanks to @CubWin for tweeting that.
Dennis probably wouldn't recommend those.
It's full 3-2. Lind, first baseman, is on deck.
Travis's fastball typically sits around 89 miles an hour. That one was 91 down in the zone. He's got quick arm action, so his fastball's sneaky. Get on a little bit quicker than you anticipate. Try a cutter here, looks like.
Chop to the shortstop. Castro ranging to his left. And a 1-2-3 for Travis Wood as well after an inning, scoreless.
I had to work to get where I am. Nothing was given to me. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the strongest, but I will work the hardest. I drink Cocoa 5 because it keeps me hydrated and lets me focus on doing what I love. This game takes a toll on my body, but I can't take any days off. It's a grind, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Cocoa 5, keeping you in the game.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. We've made hiring anyone from a handyman to a dog walker as simple as a few clicks. Buy their services directly at angieslist.com. No more calling around, no more hassles. And you don't even have to be a member to start shopping today.
Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. Visit angieslist.com today.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Today, your Sox look to make a big statement in an exciting afternoon series finale against Cincy. Join us early for White Sox pregame live, presented by Lexus of Orland and Maryville, followed by White Sox Reds. Coverage starts at 12:30 on CSN Chicago.
Tomorrow night, tune in for a brand new edition of Beer Money. Watch the most exciting sports trivia show on TV, where fans test their knowledge and try to win big, starting at 7 on CSN Chicago. Good to see a lot of Chicago fans here in Milwaukee. Nothing. Montero, Soler, and Castro here in the second.
Both pitchers in this game tonight like to work quickly. They're good athletes. Swing the bats a little bit. Feel their position.
We've told the story of Kyle Loesch many times. He was originally drafted by the Cubs, 29th round, 1996. He would eventually get traded to Minnesota with Jason Ryan for Rick Aguilera and Scott Downs. That was in May of 1999. And a liner into right for the first hit of the ball game.
Montero's been on a pretty nice roll lately. Sat back nicely on that curveball. '43 major league wins against 132 losses. Debuted for the Twins in '01.
It's his career start, number 401. Ball one on Soler. Yeah, 2011 to 2014, a collective 54-30 with the Cardinals and Brewers with a 3.28. At least 30 starts each of those seasons. It was going into this year, but about a fifth of his season in the books, and it's been a major struggle. Cut and miss to make it 2-1. Soler's homer last night, his first since April 13th against the Reds, when he hit his first 2 of the season.
Jimmy Nelson really was quite good last night. He struck out 11 in 7 innings. So he only allowed 5 hits, but 3 of them left the ballpark, and Soler jumped all over that low fastball.
Sometimes it's hyperbole when a manager says something like this, but Craig Counsell said Jimmy Nelson had no-hit stuff last night, but every mistake he made left the ballpark, and it's hard to disagree. Kept striking out people, but 3 home runs allowed in his 7 innings. Three and 2.
That's what I was talking about with that scouting report on Loesch. Any pitch in any count, and of course you see that more and more. I don't know that there's any such thing as a fastball, true fastball count in baseball anymore, except perhaps 3-0.
Working from the far first base side of the rubber, as that one is powered out to deep left, but it's going to be caught by Davis. And they'll send Montero back to first.
Oh, pretty good swing by Soler at that breaking ball. A little too much top spin, but he didn't miss it by much.
Here comes Castro, his first homer last night since April 21st in Pittsburgh.
Cubs have seen a lot of Loesch over the years. Castro's had 38 at bats against him. He's 9 out of 38 at .237 average. Rizzo's the guy to keep an eye on. He's got big numbers against him.
Okay, regroup. 0-2.
Sneak attack. Loesch thought he had Castro looking breaking ball, so he tried to slip a fastball over the outside corner. Tried to do a little Picasso number there. Awfully close.
Even at 2 apiece. Chris Coghlan on deck. Just getting started, top of the second. Cubs at 15-13. Milwaukee 9-21. Worst record in baseball. Moving to center, and Parra will make the catch. Well, he misjudged it at first. He came in, but then went back to get it. Didn't panic.
Running a little out route here, but a good swing of the bat by Castro. Nice to see him drive the ball in that direction.
Now Coghlan, hitless last night, but he did make a play in the bottom of the first inning. Threw out Adam Lind at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Montero started the inning with a single to right. He's still at first with 2 outs. To the left, out of play. Back home Monday night. Be a fun homestand against the Mets and the Pirates. 4 versus New York, and then 3 against the Pirates, team we just saw recently at Wrigley Field. Wait a minute.
Wow. How about that?
Did Dreckman say he didn't?
I thought he did. I don't know that maybe Hallian didn't ask. Yeah, and then the catcher asked. Hallian didn't. Dreckman said no swing, but Hallian was probably already making the call.
Yep.
No,
So,
he's pointing. He had the swing.
That's a strikeout. Plate umpire wins on that one.
I love Dreckman trying to cover it quickly. Nope, nothing here.
With an 11% rebate on everything, Menards gives you the freedom to save on anything you choose, including sale prices. This white Larson Royal Oak Storm Door is on sale. Plus, with an additional 11% rebate, it's only $198.47. This Wagner Optimus Power Painter Plus is on sale. Plus, with an additional 11% rebate, it's only $74.76. That's savings on top of savings. Hurry in now because Menards has an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards. Let's teach them well, let's teach them wise. Make sure we teach them not to lie. Tell them all they'll need to know.
You do all you can to keep them safe. So do we. The 2015 Mitsubishi Outlander with available forward collision mitigation. Named one of America's safest CUVs. Now 0% APR for 72 months on a Mitsubishi Outlander.
This is the day to live in all I've got to you.
Have a day to remember. It's easy with a free red velvet cake with a 10-piece meal or larger.
With the biggest names, visit CSN. They always hang out at the AT&T Uverse Lounge. For exclusive behind-the-scenes video and photos from the AT&T Uverse Lounge, go to csnchicago.com.
Bottom of the second. Nothing, and Adam Lind will lead it off against Travis Wood. There's the Coghlan strikeout pitch.
Tom Halling behind home plate, and Bruce Dreckman is the third base umpire.
Yep. Gonna get it synced up here. There we go. And Hallion, he never looked at third.
First brings his hands together.
I was gonna say, but Bruce said it wasn't a strike.
Like the kid in class who's always raising his hand, and then he realized, oh, I don't know the answer. I better put it down.
So the sun came out through the panels, third base side, first base side. So Coghlan had to get his shades. Right now he's probably thinking, please don't hit it to me.
And that's the only area of the field that's got any sunlight.
One and one to count. Coghlan's telling Fowler, I'm going to need some help. Yep. In fact, he just kind of gave the sign like, I can't see anything right now. So make sure anything to the gap, you give me some help.
The left field is the trouble field in this ballpark with the sunlight coming through the panels down the right field line.
So let me ask you a question. Would it be worth moving in 6 or 7 feet just so you can see? As Russell will get him. In other words, if you can't see where you're standing, even if that's where you're supposed to stand, would it be, in this rare case, literally moving to a place where you can?
Yeah.
And cheating. That's good teammate Travis Wood getting Lind to pull that ball.
Look around the field, see who's having a hard time seeing, and pitch accordingly. I don't know if there's a spot out there that he can move to and still not have issues, though. I mean, even when he's out of the light, but he's looking up towards this panel up here, to our right.
Davis really was scuffling going into the last night, but he went 4 for 5, a homer, a double, 3 knocked in.
That's what Chris is dealing with.
Yeah, late afternoon, really a problem in the middle of the summer. And what you'll often see here is they'll have the roof partially closed even when it's open to try to balance out some of the shadows And I know over the years we've had issues just with our center field camera look with the cross light coming through. Yeah, those guys are having fun right now. The 3-1 check swing foul.
That speaks to the quick arm action I talked about with Travis Wood, how he can be a little bit sneaky. There's a guy, Chris Davis, that likes to hit fastball. Standing in there against a left-handed pitcher who throws 89, 90 miles an hour. 3 balls, 1 strike, and he's behind that fastball.
Ground ball. Castro diving stop from a knee, and he airmails it out of play, and that will allow Davis to go to second. Great half a play. In the end, probably should have just.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those this year where the decision making hasn't been what you would like. But boy, nice play with the glove work. He's also pulled off a couple really good plays where he's left his feet to make a diving catch and been able to finish it off.
So that'll be a single and an error. First hit for the Brewers.
It's kind of like a pitcher. If you're going to miss low. Just kind of try to spike it. See if you can one-hop it over there to first base.
Yeah, our good friend Mark Gonzalez covers the Cubs for the Tribune. He just tweeted, got to take the sack there instead of the intentional grounding. It's a good call. There's Parra. 1 ball, no strikes. In the air to center. Fowler back on it. He looks up and it's gone. Onto the ledge of the batter's eye wall. Over the 400 marker, and Parra off the lefty. A 2-run blast. Wow. His first.
Parra, a guy who hits a lot of doubles. You don't really think of him as a guy who's going to go deep, dead central. Wow. A little man with a big swing. Ford home run replay. Number 5 allowed by Travis Wood, and number 1 for Parra.
He would not have been in the lineup. Carlos Gomez weren't dealing with a hip issue against the lefty. Forced to play tonight and comes through with the 2-run homer. Lined into left for Maldonado. It's 3 consecutive Brewer hits here with 1 out.
You know, normally when a pitcher is getting hit around a little bit, you say, well, he's got to get the ball down. That's not necessarily the case with Travis. You just got to stay out of the happy zone for him. A lot of times it's up, in on the hands of the hitter. You know, a little down and away fastball always plays, but he does a lot of good work up in the zone. Really up out of the zone. The pitch I'm talking about is probably not in the strike zone. It's elevated in on the hands.
Herrera in for Ramirez. He was scratched before the game last night with some back issues. Out again tonight. Coughlin, by the way, has taken off the sunglasses. He's no longer standing in the sun in left. Herrera's a switch batter. And he takes that one low. 1-1. A little brisk near the lake today, wasn't it?
A little breezy. Yeah, the wind had a little bite in it.
can't tell you how huge this retractable roof is. I mean, it's literally large, but back to the old County Stadium days, and there were some very uncomfortable days and nights in that ballpark in the first 2 months of the season. No worries here.
First road trip I ever made in the major leagues was to Cleveland and Milwaukee. And I remember sitting out in the bullpen here in Milwaukee, and they had those big burn barrels. And the fire's going in them to stay warm.
I have a feeling that would be violating some sort of code.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be allowed
these days. Full count on Herrera. Maldonado not running. Ground ball to third. Should be 2, 5, 4. That's it. Herrera's hustle and speed keeping the inning alive.
After taking a review at the video, contemplating a challenge. Looks like they are not going to challenge.
I didn't notice. I was told Joe had his batting practice hat on when the game started. Quickly realized the sartorial faux pas. Now he's got the right cap. Loesch fouls. We had Junior Lake last year with a different grade uni. It happens. Two strikes to Loesch. Yeah, good catch.
Manager should wear a different hat. He's the manager. Like we saw those sailors coming in. There's clearly a guy in charge had a different hat on.
Oh, that is a happy camper. We want to welcome those viewers who just watched the Reds beat the White Sox 10-4 in the first of a doubleheader. And Casper, Jim DeShays and our CSN crew in Milwaukee. 2-run homer Gerardo Parra earlier this inning. Only runs to date. The pitch on the ground to Castro to end the inning. 3 hits, 2 runs on the homer by Parra, and Milwaukee has the early advantage.